Welcome back to Yoshi Entertainment, everybody. So just recently, and I mean just recently, P. Devil Combs had the audacity, all of the audacity, to drop what he would call an apology video. This man didn't once mention that woman's name in that apology at all. But we're going to go through what he said. And I want people to understand, for all those, once again, well, at least he gave an apology, individuals, first of all, y'all can go kick rocks. Because he's not apologizing because he's sorry or he's remorseful for what he did. He's apologizing for getting caught. He's sorry he got caught. He's sorry that his sins are finally finding him out. He's sorry because all those people who were telling him that he was doing stuff that was wrong, that were trying to call him out, that was telling him to repent, that was telling him to get his life together and stop doing heinous things allegedly to people because he was going to reap what he was sowing, that it's all turning out to be true. He didn't want to believe it. He really was cocky. He had the haughty spirit from hell, and he really thought he was going to be able to skate by. But anyways, let's get into this whack, trash-worthy apology that he called himself putting out. So first he said, and I quote, "Oh, it's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times of your life, but sometimes you gotta do that." Pause. The darkest time in his life? His life. As if he didn't make other people's lives, allegedly, a living nightmare, quite literally. But we talk about the darkest time in his life. Mind you, he was the one who chose to go into the industry. He was the one who chose to get involved with who he got involved with. He was the one who chose to sell his soul to the devil, the industry, and whoever else he could for whatever else he wanted. And then chose to hurt people. But go off though. And I quote, "I was messed up." Pause. Yeah, you were, P. Devil Combs. And I quote, I hit rock bottom. Quick pause again. You know what they say about rock bottom, right? Only way to go is up, but somehow he found a way to keep going down. And he drug everybody around him right along with him, against their consent, allegedly. And I quote, "But I make no excuses." Pause again. So what was that you just said, being in your darkest times? That wasn't an excuse? Unpause. And I quote, "My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions." In that video, quick pause again, little too late. Except maybe not, because now his reputation is even more ruined, which is what he deserves. And I quote, "I'm disgusted. I was disgusted. Then, when I did it, I'm disgusted now." Pause. I know that's not the truth. Because if he was disgusted, then that would have been the last time that he did that to her or anything close to that, or to anyone for that matter. And we will discuss later how we know that this is the case. And I quote, "I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go to therapy. Been going to rehab." Pause. When? In between you having alleged freak-offs? Screwing over Cassie, hurting people, shooting people in bathrooms allegedly and leaving them to bleed out, harassing producers, allegedly, screwing over Justin Bieber and Usher, allegedly. And I quote, "Had to ask God for his mercy and grace." Pause. How dare he bring God into his mess? God is nowhere up in that hot mess, that demonic mess he had going on, and lack of accountability up until he started to have to face the consequences, face the music, if you will. And I quote, "I'm so sorry, but I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry." End quote. Really, committed to being a better man? And when did that start? Today? Because as far as I'm concerned, once again, the only reason why he's sorry is because he got caught up. He's really sorry that he sued them people from that Diageo company. He's really sorry that he really does have to face the consequences of his actions. He's really sorry that this is all catching up with him, that he's actually now having to reap the consequences that he thought his money, his fame, and his connections would get him out of. But he's wrong, clearly, and he will continue to be wrong. And like I said before, he blatantly lied through his teeth, talking about he got help in therapy. He was talking to God. Blatantly false, because allegedly, according to the documents that Cassie filed during that lawsuit, that 35-page lawsuit detailing the brutal details of what he did to her over the course of that alleged 10-year period, she alleged in 2018, allegedly apparently, that he R-worded her. So once again, When was this him being a better man? Him going to get therapy? Clearly not in 2017 or 2016 when this took place, or after it took place, or any point in time. Because all kind of crazy mess was going on. He was doing crazy stuff to people allegedly, all up and through and down them years. Even Cassie's lawyer didn't even acknowledge that as an apology. They called it a statement, and they said that that statement was also for the trash, like everybody else has been calling it. Because he never once said, "I'm sorry, Cassie, I'm sorry so-and-so, this person, that person, for what I did." He made it more about himself than anything else, still trying to gain sympathy and have people feel sorry for him so that they won't see him once again for the monster, allegedly, that he actually is. And they also pointed out that he's only apologizing because all of that him getting on the internet talking about, "You're not going to break me, I'm still standing," this is just salacious rumors, frivolous lawsuits this. Y'all don't know what y'all are talking about that. She's just trying to extort me. That whole statement that he made, that post that people were rehashtagging and reposting, talking about she was lying and people were actually believing him. Even the lawyer said he's only apologizing because now he's proven false. All that stuff talking about she was lying is being proven false now by that video. The lawyer said, and I quote, he denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday, that he was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false, shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words, end quote, unless they are abusers or they just want to keep taking up for him because they're stupid in the head and they want to be ignorant. They just want to paint this guy as innocent despite everything that has happened, because you got quite a few people out there who are like that. As a matter of fact, I just got done reading an Instagram thread where people were swearing up and down to high heaven that Cassie had did something to provoke him into doing that. I've said this before. No woman can force a man or make a man act in a way, do something, say something that he does not already want to do. There's nothing a woman could have done. There were people giving examples. Oh, she could have poo-pooed in his breakfast. That still would not have excused the way he brutally beat her and allegedly R-worded her, allegedly. There's nothing that a woman could have done to elicit that kind of reaction, even if she had done something. And to even insinuate that she did something to deserve that or warrant that is just disgusting. I mean, people were really standing on business, so to speak, talking about, oh, well, there's got to be more to the story. You know, maybe she did something. Maybe she was the abuser. He's lashing out. I want to see what those disingenuous, disgusting idiots have to say now that he's came out and apologized. Again, not because he's sorry, but he's trying to save face, trying to salvage what little of his raggedy, ruined reputation that he can to look better, because he knows he has to. It's for the publicity of it all. Now, if this hasn't taught some of these people out here who love to go to bat for these raggedy behind celebrities that they do not know and do not see what they do behind closed doors, to not put them on a pedestal and assume that they are good, and to deny every person that has came out with evidence and lawsuits and receipts to back it up, I really don't know what else they can be shown to learn. Some people just need to be written off and shamed. I said what I said. When you can sit up on anybody's public platform or in real life and really go to vouch for some celebrity once again that you've never met despite all the evidence stacked against them, you've got a serious problem in the head. And again, shaming is the only solution for it, and some therapy and God in your life, like I've been advocating. And it's crazy because, and ironic because, every single time people have came out, tried to call Cassie a liar and deny what happened to her and everybody else who were making these allegations against him, right after that, more evidence came out, or something else that he did that was crazy in the past was exposed, and those people had to eat their words. But like the cowards who are abusers, they're also too cowardly to admit that they were wrong and that they had to eat their words and that they really should apologize for all of what they said. But again, that's too much like right. People have been saying after all of this, why hasn't there been a trial yet? Why hasn't he been arrested yet? Let me let y'all know something. 9 times out of 10, he's probably not about to get arrested. Unfortunately, that's how it works in the industry. That's how it works with these celebrities. If anything, the industry will just allow him to continue being ruined as he deserves because of what he did allegedly, and they'll just leave it at that. They'll let that be his punishment. But even if he does get arrested, do y'all really think that's going to go the way y'all want it to go? Like I said, I just don't believe that he's going to end up spending time behind bars. That's just something that I don't believe. And it's only because of how the system works, the industry works, how these celebrities are always constantly getting away with things, even though we know what's really up, how things really end up turning out. Anyways, y'all let me know. Y'all think about all of this down in the comments below respectfully. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Y'all all have a very blessed, beautiful, and safe day.